May it please the court.
You may proceed.
Members of the jury, at the end of the day's trial, the defense, on behalf of Blackstone Insurance Group, asks you to see the one thing, that through all the multiple evidence and testimony provided you today, that Blackstone Insurance Group is not in the wrong denying to pay their claim to the plaintiff, Tony Shapiro. Jury instruction number 3 indicates that if you believe that the plaintiff violated the insurance contract existing between Blackstone Insurance Group and Tony Shapiro by intentionally causing the loss claim underneath the contract, and that second, that the defendant was thereby prejudiced, that you must find in favor of the defense. The plaintiff would have you believe that Blackstone Insurance Group doesn't pay out any of their claims, and that primarily they do this so they can make a profit. However, not only is this not true, it's just absurd. If Blackstone Insurance Group never paid out any of the claims owed to them to their clients that they were initiated in contracts with, then they would not be in business because people would no longer practice insurance contracts with Blackstone Insurance Group. Instead, the defense would ask you to look to the expert testimony provided by Alex Paddington and her investigation that eventually led to the proof that Tony Shapiro, on the night of August 14th, 2007, intentionally set Big Tony's restaurant, his restaurant, on fire as to collect the claim that he had with the claim in the contract that he had with Blackstone Insurance Group under the lost claim policy. The defense would have you believe that Alex Paddington does not want to deceive their best friend, that being Blackstone Insurance Group, and indicates to you that 75% of her firm's annual income comes from Blackstone Insurance Group. However, what they fail to recognize is the expert testimony and the proof that Alex Paddington provides to you throughout the course of her investigation to show that the fire set at Big Tony's restaurant on the night of August 14th was in fact an arson and that it was caused by Tony Shapiro. The plaintiff neglects to point out the fact that Alex Paddington points out that the amount of alcohol needed to set the fire for the entire restaurant to go up catch a blaze was an excessive amount and did not match up with the story that Tony Shapiro later corroborated with authorities with, indicating that how much fire actually caused the blaze. Second, Alex Paddington points out that Tony Shapiro's story to the feds, does not link up and that does not match up with the proof that she found in the restaurant during her investigation, and more importantly, that Smokes McCaffrey investigation was flawed in several ways, being that one, Smokes McCaffrey never interviewed Tony Shapiro directly, and never performed interviews with the firefighters that battled the blaze on the night of August 14th. Alex Paddington points out there are several short flaws in the investigation of Smokes McCaffrey that just do not prove that the fire that happened on the night of August 14th was accidental. Members of the jury, what you've seen here in today's trial is nothing less than the blame game. Throughout the entire story that the plaintiff presents you, Tony Shapiro has always been very good at pointing blame on others instead of taking direct accountability for the actions that she herself causes. When she's unable to pay back her loan to the First National Bank of Long Street, it's not the fact that business is declining, it's because the auto plant closed down. When Tony Shapiro is unable, when Tony Shapiro's restaurant burns down, it's not the fault of some accident, it's because of some random burglar who happened to be rampant in Long Street at the time. And now that Tony Shapiro is unable to receive the claim underneath the policy that she had initiated with Blackstone Insurance Group, it's not the fault of the fact that she set the fire herself, it's the fault of the insurance group. Members of the jury, no matter the stories and the stories and the tales that the plaintiff are able to weave in front of you and tell you, we ask you to look to proof and physical evidence that shows that on the night of August 14th, 2007, that Tony Shapiro set fire to Big Tony's barbecue in an attempt to exit her way out of the debt that she had put herself in, and as an attempt to get out of the hole that she had buried herself in. Members of the jury, under jury instruction number 3, we ask you to find for the defendant, seeing as how Tony Shapiro did set arson to Big Tony's barbecue on the night of August 14th.
Thank you.